Good morning. For those of you who did not pick up the worksheets over here, that's what I wanted to do today, was to show you how the AP exam presents fundamental theorem of calculus. There's always one question on the 6 questions at the end. You guys know how to, probably don't. The AP test, there's a multiple choice section without calculator. That's 30 questions, 1 hour. Then there's a 15 question multiple choice with calculator, 45 minutes. And then there are 6 free response questions, 9 points each. And the first 2 you get a calculator, and the other 4 you do not. So they give you the first half hour that you get your calculator in front of you, and then they tell you you need to put your calculator away, and then you will get any of the free response questions that you want. Generally, the fundamental theorem of calculus, one of these questions is question 3 or 4, and by the time the AP exam comes around, you will find this to be the softball question. You'll be like, wow, good, I'm comfortable with this one. You might not feel that way yet, but May is a good distance away. So I want you guys to take at least 5 minutes, probably 10, to try and work through this. Try it on your own and for the first 5 minutes, and then talk to the person next to you. So yeah, and if you get stuck, whatever, just move on, because I'd like you to see if this was a real question, how far could you get? So give it some time. All right, just checking. That's been 10 minutes. Are you guys still actively making progress?
Yes.
Some people are shaking their head no, some say yes. Can anyone tell us the first one? How do I find h of 1?
Zero.
Why?
Because 1 and x are both the same value. There's the width of the rectangle is 0.
So what's the area under a dot? 0. Okay. Roxana, how did you do part B?
Okay, first we looked at the derivative of the antiderivative is just what's inside, so f of t. And then we just looked at the graph and got 2, and then multiplied by the derivatives and got 0.
Okay. So, first step, the derivative of the integral is f of x. I agree. And here is where we're doing chain rule. So the derivative of x was 1. So we did that there.
Yeah.
Now, what is h prime of 4? Well, you're right that it's f of 4. F of 4 is 2. That's your answer. Okay. On these.
So no, I understand.
All right. What did we do?
Wait, but if we're doing, I don't know why, but chains we did do it in constant.
Okay, guys, when you find the derivative at a specific place, you will just get a number. So saying, well, I know the derivative, the speed was 30, now I'm going to do the derivative of 30, which is 0, so the speed is now 0. No. On all of these, they want to see this step first. Somewhere on the paper, you need to connect the function to its derivative. Here they gave you a graph of f of x or f of t. How does the integrated function relate to f? Well, the derivative of h is f. We need to tie them together. And now use just this equation. H prime of x is f of x. So h prime of 4 is f of 4. Looking at the graph of f of 4, I get a 2. here it's asking where is H concave up? Suggestions?
Other ways, increasing with the acceleration of the area. Well, it should be when the area underneath is increasing.
Okay, so Alex?
Is it when f of x is slow?
I was just thinking, but I should
Right.
So let's check. So if H prime is f of x, I need concavity of H, so I need the double derivative of H. The double derivative of H is the first derivative of x. So H is concave up when f prime is positive. And Amir, your answer of it's when the area under the curve of f is increasing,
It's bad.
well,
I mean, okay. I should specify when the second derivative is positive. It's when they should have said that.
okay, so when the second derivative of h. So here's the catch, like, whatever they gave you, that's what you need to make your reasoning with. That I want to tell you information about h using f, you need to do this tying them together. So state that, don't just be like, oh, area is increasing, or the slope is doing this, because now I have too many functions. Whose slope? Which function? H, F, F prime. So Alex, can you finish and tell us where that happens? What interval is H concave up?
Yeah, on function f, it's from 1 to 3 and then 6 to 7.
Okay, and this is the, I'm kind of guessing, but the rubric, for the AP, you would get 1 point for that first question. And 1 point for part B to connect H prime and F, and 1 point to then give an answer. And then Alex saying, well, your reasoning for why this interval is correct, something relating H and F together, and that you're checking. So either that H prime is increasing, or F is increasing, or H double prime is positive. And we needed this part we needed this somewhere. Last question. Find the value of x where h has a minimum on the closed interval, which closed interval means it might be an endpoint. So where is the minimum? Please read carefully. I see minimum and maximum as the same. It's only different by 2 letters. What do you think?
I thought it was 7.
When x is 7, okay?
I think
Josh?
it's
0?
Or 1.
Okay, so one endpoint or the other, because that's a maximum, right? It's
yes.
where the first derivative goes from positive to negative. Okay. And Josh, at 0 or
At x equals 1.
when x is 1, the area is 0. Often they give you a hint for one of the later answers you might need to look at. One of these earlier questions. So where does the function have its minimum? It's one end or the other. At 1, the area was 0. And then think about it geometrically. I've accumulated area, I've gotten more and more and more and more and more positive. I don't really feel like doing the math, but does this look like it's going to counteract that upper bubble? No, so I would say the absolute minimum is going to be 0 at x or t equals 1. And here's another issue. The question said its minimum. Technically, it's got 2. the answer is only expecting one and expecting the absolute. And even though I think it's very obvious that the absolute minimum is at x equals 1, sometimes they do this hidden thing and they're like, oh, you needed to reason with the other endpoint because it's also a minimum and show some kind of why is that one not the absolute. So just a heads up. Okay, can you guys try the second one?
-30. Like I just plugged in 3 for x, yeah, and then I just like did the subtraction. I think. But wait, actually, do I have to do 2 sections? Because it's not asking for 2. Right, you don't have to split this up from 0 to 2 to 3, right?
So yeah, that's so when you could grade this area, the grade this area on the curve has 2 pieces. Bring it from 1 to 2.
Wait, I think we're doing, like, I think you just find, like, when the slope goes from positive to negative, right?
No, because it's still G, it's not F. I was asking
Just-
for you know how like the minimum we just did like the minimum area.
Well, but yeah, this one's all values, so it's not just the absolute.
Yeah, no, so that's why I think it's negative 2 to 5. I got 5 and then like this.
Oh, wait, sorry, wait, is that added? Wait, I'm just trying this.
Oh, but I guess it's from 0 to average. No, so. It's 2 and negative 2.
Yeah, I think we can see
It's 2 and negative 2.
yeah.
Those are so right.
Okay, wait. Is it like the opposite of how you find? Oh, minimum.
Wait, listen, we can zero them that. Yeah, we can find the value because it's like it's just a circle. So pi r squared over 2 is what the area is.
Wait,
So we know
is
that
this
the
just,
radius
is this not just the max? Because that's what we got last one. You said that these were the minimums.
But it's from 0 to whatever. Isn't that how we did the last one? From
Yeah, but I
from
don't think
0 I think it's right. And if the radius is 2, pi 4 over 2 is 2 pi.
Oh, so it does, it's just.
Oh, I see what you mean.
I'm like, I could be wrong, but there's so many that I can think of.
It's at 0. No, it's at 4.
Where it means the slope of G,
Yeah, I guess it's.
which is just f of t.
Yeah, we know that it's 3 comma.
So it's negative 1.
We're at 0 for us.
So m equals negative 1. Oh, sorry.
No, that's the point, yeah. That isn't the slope.
No, I think that's the slope because it's the derivative of g, which is just f.
No, but that's the x and y being, this is just giving us the coordinate, which we need for the tangent.
We're doing the math.
So that's just
For
giving
the,
us.
that's for the tangent. If you use that as the coordinates for the tangent line of the f,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
But that's still the
Oh my god, I've never. I feel like
I don't know.
positive is extensive to this because.
But to get the slope, we have to do the same thing that we did for the other one.
This is all.
It's just the value of f of t.
Which the value of that is negative 1, but I'm pretty positive it's y minus negative 1. Is the tangent line. Because that's the
I don't. That's the point of f of t, not of g.
It's this one. Not really, but I think like you need to.
You know, there could be places in it where.
Like you have to find, but I think it's like a, well, whatever. It doesn't matter.
Well, oh wait, g of 3, it's 3 comma negative 3. 3 comma.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but you.
So they
Yeah.
give us that, right? I think that's right.
Yeah, that is right. I think.
Y minus.
No, it is.
Oh, yeah, so we just have to lose this, oh, we already know this.
No, because it makes minus 3, because with, you know, that how you find the maximum is added 0.
On the P exam, do they let us just leave it like that too, or do they want you to? That's fine.
Leave it,
Okay.
rather than expand and make mistakes.
Okay.
Don't take a point and then lose it.
This graph is,
Okay, but hear me out. I think this one's still.
so then we just know.
Oh no, it's when the area goes from. Wouldn't this one be when the area goes from 0?
This is like wait, find
It's the inflection is when the double
it's like
0.
so on this graph it's like 2. So we're not talking about this graph.
It's like yeah, like this.
Oh, we have to find it. We have to find it. Oh, but the double derivative is just the derivative of this one. So like g of x is just f of t, right? Or f of s. And then double derivative.
I'm really just like.
Wait, this is true, right? Yeah, it's true. Okay, so then we can do this.
I would say g of x equals f of x.
Oh,
There's g of x.
no.
The antiderivative equals the derivative of
No, the original equation equals the derivative of this. Yeah, this is right. Because the derivative of this is that.
Yeah, there would be.
Oh, wait.
And then the derivative of it and half it is.
Yeah.
This is the point.
So then find the x roots.
This is the second one, but G prime is the derivative of the
And you guys kind of agree with what you
So what do I do now?
No, but we don't have
Yeah, but you just have to look at it.
oh is f of x.
Yeah.
So then
So find the x coordinate.
prime of x equals f double prime.
Oh, how do you do this again?
Wait, it's when the second derivative, so in this case, I didn't use the second derivative, right?
Oh, wait.
Some stuff. If we're
I don't
looking at the
corner
derivative,
Wait, it's when the, wait, what is the whole, it's when the,
it's when the second derivative is 0
into like.
Oh, right, okay. Wait, I'm so confused. I know we did this.
I wrote
So then everybody's looking at the slope of this.
We're still looking, this is still active.
So it's -2, -2, 4, right? Oh, and when it's undefined.
Wait, isn't this still, this is still active, this graph, right? You can't like look at this and then say, when you're looking at 0, you're looking at the first term.
Yeah, I don't, you can figure it out.
The second, oh yeah, sorry, when the slope is 0. Which
Yeah,
is
when the
to
slope is
0,
zero,
which is 0. Which is 3.
Okay, so that's the second.
Is this 0,
This is undefined.
What about
I
2?
think it just was where it's 0, so maybe the first layer. I think it's
What about
undefined.
5?
Yeah, I think it's undefined.
And 5? Or
I find some endpoints. I don't know if it's 0. I know it's 2. Wait. X coordinate from the corner, but 2, 0.
It's on two.
So like X coordinate, or no, 0, 2.
Yeah.
0, 2, 0, 2, 3, 1.
Yeah, wait, do we?
I don't think we include